just do it while we talk. How you ladies doing tonight?
Great.
Good. For asking.
You look awesome. All of you.
Thank you.
Knives, you colored your hair again?
Yeah, I sure did.
I like it.
It's beautiful.
Thank you.
No base with your skin complexion.
Thank you.
She's ready for the fall.
Yes,
That's definitely fall color.
I'm ready for the Halloween, y'all. Same.
We gotta do something, girl, since you're over here.
I know, we really do.
Part of New York are you in?
I'm in Brooklyn.
I live on the Upper West Side, Manhattan.
Oh, nice. Okay, that's my old stomping grounds, Manhattan. Not but yeah, I'm originally from Manhattan.
Alrighty. Just find my notes. Hey guys, it's your favorite Jedi, BMF Goddess. And tonight, boys, we have a fun and interesting podcast for you guys tonight. I am joined by 3 lovely, sexy, strong, amazing women whom each have their own unique brand of sexual business or pleasure. Katie, Kitty Black, Knives, Nikki, please introduce yourselves and tell us a little bit about your personality.
All right. Hi, I'm Nikki. I have the stage name Nikki Hippie also. I've been in sex work for about 5 years now. I started sewing to help push my business even further and to expand into other businesses from the platform I've built.
Okay, wonderful.
Okay. I am Kitty Black, aka Caramel Jade. I've been doing sex work for a little over a year now. I specialize in BBW, cosplay, and I'm just an all-around fun person.
She is, I can tell.
Hi, I'm Knives, also known as Knives Baron, short for Baronessa. I have 2 businesses. I am a pure romance consultant, and I own House of Baronessa, which is mainly merch. I'm going for more inclusivity, but it really stems from my love of the kink and BDSM life.
Okay, wonderful. So, how did you guys get into what it is that you do or are into? And please explain.
Okay, I started on Tumblr posting just naughty photos, and people had asked for pictures, and it sparked my attention of how I could make money and be expressive online, and it just kind of went from there. I found out about premium Snapchats, and then I remember when OnlyFans opened, and I was one of the first members on there. It was such a helpful thing, and then it just kind of took it off into a business.
You know, I'll tell them about the seamstress.
Oh, yeah. Part is it? Sorry.
You heard me?
No, I didn't.
I'm sorry. I said, tell them about your sewing.
Oh, yes, I got into the sewing because I would buy a lot of clothing from my fans, and I had extreme weight loss, and then I gained some weight back, so all my clothing was all different sizes, and so it led me to altering my clothes first, and then it turned into making outfits.
Awesome. And let me tell you, she makes some beautiful lingerie pieces, some cute little freaky dicky outfits. I love it. She's impeccably talented. It's crazy.
Yes.
Yeah.
And being that you brought that up real quick before we go to the next person, how do you guys feel about the whole OnlyFans?
I've tried a few times today, honestly, because I have hundreds of fans, paying monthly fans, that I am trying to decide where to direct them to, or if I'm going to just take a break for a while, or I've also considered opening another website, or opening my own website. I've thought about opening a site like OnlyFans, kind of, myself. It's been a million things on my mind today, honestly. It's been very stressful.
Yeah, I just got the email that came through about the updated service, and it's basically, you can only just be nude. You can't do any type of masturbation. You can't have any type of ejaculation, male or female.
It's like Patreon now. It's more like,
you can still be nude?
Yeah, you can be naked, but you can't show your genitals. You can't show basically anything. You
no
be
penetration, no intercourse, no bodily fluids.
Nothing. And it just pisses me off because it's like, you pay 95% of your money off of sex workers, and now
we built
you
that.
want the credit card companies who are pressuring you because they're all Bible thumpers and feel like sex is so taboo that they have to follow their rules, and we're not going to support you unless you get rid of this, which I think is so not fair. Sex workers already have a hard time as it is in the world, especially Black and people of color who are sex workers. They have even a harder time. So this just like sets us all back. Like even if there are people who do have jobs and this is their side hustle, like myself, but still it pisses you off because you've built a big fan base and you've built a good following, and now OnlyFans is just saying a big fuck you. That's how I feel.
Every woman around the world too, because it's not against the law in other countries to escort.
Right.
And this was their main source of income during the pandemic. A lot of people, they depend, like strippers, sports entertainers, this was their only source of income, and they've come to know it to pay for food for their children and everything else. So it's traumatizing to everybody.
Yeah.
I've seen quite a few posts about, different young women that are worried about the same things. Apparently, OnlyFans just wants to become, they have already. They started an app that you can find in your app store, and being that they do not allow pornographic apps, this is the reason why they decided to change. And
well, how does Twitter do it then?
I don't know. This is what I was reading about yesterday in one of the news articles.
I feel like, there are other avenues, right? Like there's AVN, there's Frisk, there's Just for Fans, there's Pocket Stars, there's G Fans, like there's all these other platforms coming up, but it's still a hassle. It's a big hassle to move everything that you've done from one spot to another. And who's to say your people will follow you there because they feel like it's a hassle too. Because they have to set up another account and put their banking information in and do all that other.
And that's the thing, is that people want it to be very easy and accessible.
Right. This is me.
I do know of another platform. I'll send it to you guys after this.
So yeah, I don't even have an OnlyFans, but I had one, and I was gonna get back on it, and then this happened. So now for me, I planned on doing other stuff on there, but am on my old OnlyFans that I had to close out because I wasn't able to put the effort into it that I wanted to. So I unfortunately had to close it. I was definitely gonna go back to it. I probably won't be going back to it.
No, and if anything that you already have on your page now doesn't follow the new terms, they're deleting all of it. So whatever you everything, save it. Anyway, so
I have all my stuff now. I anything that I shared on here, I have on my phone. So
I have So much.
But it's just kind of sad because it's like it's also a platform where you could do other things. Like I could do my kink stuff on there as well, and I know they have their new guidelines now, but who's to say I can do kink stuff either?
Right.
Because they consider some of that sexually explicit stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So that's
you can do your cosplay too on there still.
Yeah.
Somebody might talk this as an opportunity to create a whole new app. You never know.
Right.
I know.
But all right. You guys can continue. You remember the question, or should I say it again?
Say it again, please.
What it is that you guys do? Please explain.
I think it was
Okay.
What got you into the business?
I got into OnlyFans as it started off as curiosity, and then it turned into like a self journey of me expressing myself and having that freedom. That's why I liked OnlyFans too, because I was in control of what I put out, what I wanted to put out, and how I expressed myself. It was just like a self journey, like a self-love journey. I know it sounds crazy or taboo or whatever, but I came a long way from being insecure and all those things. So this kind of helped me bring myself out, come out of my shell, show myself more without being around people. So, and I started cosplay because I just thought it was awesome, and I saw other people do it. So I was like, well, I've always wanted to try it. Why not try it now? And it just took off from there.
All right. Awesome.
I think I'm next, right? I'm next, right?
And see the seamstress too.
I just started thanks to Nikki though. Like I started back up, so
She's gonna start doing her own cosplay.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
So for me, I got into my life. I have known about it for like 7 years. I kind of knew about it probably before then, but I got introduced to it at like 19. But I was already curious, but I waited like 7 years. Once I finally like jumped into it, BDSM has done wonders for me. It's done a lot. It's helped me be, it's a big part of my journey and helped me become the person I am today. And that inspiration was put into House of Varenesha. And I decided to make my merch. Again, I want to make it more inclusive, but it's stemming from my love for kink and BDSM, and it does tie to my journey. And it's like me giving a piece, to people of myself, like my true self. And I just want to be able to share that with not only the kink community, but, other people.
Right.
I love that.
Okay. I feel you. Do you ladies ever receive abuse or unwarranted messages?
Yes, all the time, every day. It's driven me to not even answer messages anymore unless somebody sends me money first. It's the only way I will answer a message.
That's right, not dealing with the shits, basically.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good way to weed out the people anywhere, because a lot of them are just looking for free stuff, or do you have a boyfriend, or
I could be better for your man.
I want to get to know you. No, or ma'am, like, that's not why I'm here. Like I said, that's why I put right on my profile, be after for business only. If we're not on business, there's no reason for you to be hopping in my DMs.
Yeah, I've had people tell me. Yeah, sorry. I've had people tell me, get a real job when I ask for money. You're not going to talk to me for free. Like, if you're going to, especially if you're going to come to my inbox and do the small talk thing, I'm sorry, you have. I'm like Nikki. You gotta kind of pay me before you start talking to me. But I haven't really enforced that, so that's kind of my fault.
Enforce it.
Girl, yeah, you got that.
People say, "Oh, you don't have a job?" Mind you, I actually have a 40-hour job right now. that is on the books that I do. I won't say what exactly it is I do, but I do have an actual 9 to 5 type job. Okay, 40 hours a week, and 5 days a week. So I just think the funniest thing when they're like, when you ask them for money, oh, get a real job, B. I'm sorry. This is uncensored, right? Yes, come on, bitch. Get a real
Like, even when you say, like, OnlyFans isn't a real job, it's a real job.
Like, I got 2 businesses and a job. Shut up. I don't
Right.
But my time.
Driving me nuts.
For it.
If you want my time, you gotta pay for it.
It's so easy. It's so easy for them to come in your inbox and ask for your time, or ask for some pussy, ask for this, like Nikki said, ask for free stuff. But I'm just asking you for some money,
And they want an emotional.
like you can't take that back.
They want you to be their therapist for free too.
Yeah. And I also feel like, oh, are you gonna like record with me and how about we make a video? Ew, I don't even know you. Like, why would I get a random weirdo to make a video? No, thank you. Blocked.
Exactly.
Gross.
Kitty?
Huh?
No?
Yeah, I get it all the time. Yeah, people are just gross, man. Like, and it sucks. And then when you turn them down or you tell them like, oh, this is what it costs for my time. Don't waste my time.
The dick pics before.
Oh God, yeah, the unsolicited dick pics. And I tell people too, if you send me a dick pic, you better send me money with it, because if I have to look at it, you're gonna pay me to look at it. I don't want to look at your ugly dick for free. Unsolicited, like, I didn't ask you for that. Don't do that. And that's the quickest way to piss me off, is to send me unsolicited pics, especially when I didn't ask for it. Oh, I'm just trying to show you what I'm working with. For what? That's why I'm here.
Don't nobody care what you're working with. How about that?
No, who cares? It's ugly. Don't send it.
I'm sorry, ladies. Keep going.
Okay, go now. Did I burn myself? No, I didn't. But yeah, people are just gross.
Yeah. There's a lot of men that pretend to be women online and try to scam you also. I had this friend for the first 2 years of me doing sex work, and I thought she was wonderful, like talked to me every day. And then another girl reached out to me crying, telling me that it was actually a man, and she had found the real woman's page on Twitter where they were stealing her pictures every day to talk to us.
Wow. Oh my God.
We helped them build up their pages and network, and we really thought it was a real woman, and it was just some man.
Wow.
Oh my gosh, what? That actually happens a lot. I'm not even surprised. There are so many of those accounts on Instagram that are run by males, and the guys don't even know it. They're just seeing some guy.
That's so weird though.
It's a smart come off, but that's how dumb dudes are. What can I say?
Yeah, there was
better from a fucking fake account. Like,
there was one page when I started, and they were like, "Oh, we promote you on OnlyFans. We have an OnlyFans page. Our page is free. Like, send us a picture." And they would get free subscriptions. Oh, you have to send me a 1 to 3 month free subscription to your OnlyFans, or I won't promote you. And girls were really doing it, and he was just stealing pictures and saving them.
Yeah.
And I mean, he ended up getting shut down on Twitter and Instagram, but like, why? Why? People are so weird.
That's a big scam with the shout out pages that we work with. They always say send a nude and we will post you. You send me a video, you can be the page model. And they find girls that are just starting and are desperate, and they get all the free content they can from them.
That is terrible. I'm glad you guys brought this up, for the other young women who are going to watch this.
Yeah.
Beware.
There's always ladies that'll help you. You don't have to use them pages. Like, I only have select few pages I've worked with for the last 5 years. I haven't ever started with new ones because of that. It's better to network with a few close friends and slowly grow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
Right. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, you know what? One of the biggest reasons I wanted to do this topic was, to open the eyes of the naysayers, the haters, the ignorant people, who judge those who are as open, women who are sexually open and free. I firmly believe that support is fucking free, bro. And, it takes nothing away from the person that gives it. And stop being judgmental pricks. Honestly, ladies, this has never been something that was right for me, but I do support it all. I support everybody, and I support you ladies. And I would never judge. I just want to know, how you ladies handle that type of criticism.
You get thick skin, learn to love yourself and ignore it, because over the last 5 years I've lost touch with a lot of family members after they found out, caused fights in my marriage. It causes a lot of trouble with just people on the internet in general thinking they know why you should be doing it or shouldn't be doing it, and that you're too old, you have loose skin, it looks gross, you're supposed to, it's just constant, and if you feed into it, you'll start to believe it. It's better just to focus on what means the most to you.
That's true, because it's mentally draining. I'm just going to piggyback that you have to learn to love yourself and thick skin, because if not, it will eat you alive. Even these girls out here who are competing with you, they will steal your fans, steal your followers. They will eat you alive too. You just have to kind of, if you find a good group of people, I've luckily been able to do that and find people who we just help each other out, and we know that, listen, there's enough money in the bag for everybody. You don't have to
Exactly.
And it's nothing
these men for the fucking hating ass bitches like that, and I can't stand it, because I'm so pro women empowerment, and women, showing love to one another, supporting each other, fucking lifting each other up. There's no room. What there's no room for is that shit. Okay?
Yeah.
Because there are enough motherfuckers in the world, there's enough fucking money, and
people who we just help each other out, and we know that, listen, there's enough money in the bag for everybody. You don't have to
exactly.
And it's nothing
these men for the fucking hating ass bitches like that, and I can't stand it, because I'm so pro women empowerment, and women, showing love to one another, supporting each other, fucking lifting each other up. There's no room. What there's no room for is that shit. Okay?
Yeah.
Because there are enough motherfuckers in the world, there's enough fucking money, and most of these motherfuckers have more than one account everywhere. There's no reason for you to worry about somebody else's dollar or attention they get. Just step your own shit up.
And that's the thing, we're all doing something different. You may do something similar to me, but you're not me, and I'm not you. And you offer something different. So I don't understand why you feel threatened about what I'm doing. If that's the case, then you need to look at yourself and worry about what you're doing and not worry about what I'm doing over here, because obviously I'm enjoying myself and I'm enjoying sharing myself with other people, and that all tends to make people pissed off, like, oh, well, she's doing well and she's not feeding into the bullshit, and that makes them even more angry.
Right. Exactly.
I actually, you know what's crazy? In the beginning of my journey, my BDSM journey, I kind of already had thick skin, but I realized it could have been a little thicker. I want to thank the community for that, because they kind of did that to me. But at the same time, I was like used to my own family and like people around me in my life growing up kind of throwing criticism at me for like other stuff, like stupid stuff, you know. As I gotten older and now I'm doing this, you know, when people throw criticism my way, I'd be like, okay, fuck you. You think I care?
Right.
You criticizing me about this? I done probably been through 10 times worse for being criticized for something so much more trivial. Like, you're not hurting my feelings. I've always had even with my doubts, because we're all human, we have doubts. But I do feel like for me, I've always had a strong sense of self and identity, even when I felt like I had to like refine myself a couple times again and reinvent myself. My core essence of who I am has not changed, and it's probably never going to change, because that's obviously, I feel, in my opinion, the best part of me. And that's where your self-love and your self-worth comes from. Once you are happy with who you are inside, even if you're not happy with all the way, like me, I had my thick skin before I was happy all the way with myself inside. So even if you're not happy all the way, you better fake it till you make it, okay? Fake it till you make it, because once you
guys, I'm sorry. Go ahead, finish.
Okay, once you have that self-love and you know your worth, everything's gonna roll off your back. I promise you. Like water drops rolling off your back. Everything's gonna roll off your back. You're not gonna care anymore. You know. But it's more of when you're hurt by criticism, or when you're hurt by criticism, or you're hurt by what somebody says, it's something within you that just needs to be healed. That's all. It's just triggering you to let you know that there's something in you that needs to be healed, and you just got to work on that. Once you work on that, you're going to be freaking invincible and unstoppable. So don't even worry about the rest of that stuff. Don't worry about the haters, about the naysayers.
Right.
Worry about why they might be bothering you, or why what they say is bothering you, and figure out what's going on in the inside. Once you figure that out, you're good.
I agree, because I'm a big overthinker. Like, I hear somebody say something to me, Lord Jesus, I will think about it for 3 years down the line, and it will eat me alive. But I've gotten to the point where it's like, girl, shut up. And I'm talking to myself inside, like, girl, shut up. They don't mean nothing to you. They're not financing or fucking you, so don't even worry about it. They don't matter. And you have to keep telling yourself that.
Facts. And you know that old saying, you gotta love yourself. Well, it's true. It's not just a saying. If you would just accept yourself and love yourself the way you are, trust me, that thought of, oh my God, what do they think about me, is gonna fucking disappear. And you ladies have mentioned dealing with like the spouses or girlfriends of men who, you know, address you.
Oh yeah, it's been a big part of mine. Well, like I said, I had started on Tumblr, and I kind of started secretly because my husband was very vanilla, and I was bored, so it just kind of led from there, and he didn't really agree with it at first. He really hated it. He thought it meant that I was going to cheat, or it was just something really strange to him to even want to be naked online. So it took a lot of years of daily talking and showing him the work behind it, actually. and what all goes into it. And it's not just sexual, it's a lot of talking and helping people, and it's a lot deeper of a job than just nudity. So it did cause a lot of jealousy until I got him to understand that more. Yeah.
That's awesome, though. You guys went through it, and that was it.
That's awesome.
I mean, it's tough. It really pulls out any jealousy that's already in your relationship.
And you already mentioned that you had issues with your family.
Oh, yes. His whole family.
Some of your family or anyone in your family was able to accept it.
It was hard, yeah. It's my mom accepted it over time, but she still won't talk about it with me. If I talk about it at all, she shuts down the conversation instantly because it's embarrassing. She don't want anybody to know I do it, And my whole husband's family said I was bringing danger to our family, and they all disowned me. It was awful. I only have one person left in my family who talks.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is so extra. Wow. I'm sorry that you had to go through that.
Well, you learn who really cares about who you are. It's actually very healing. I held on to a lot of people that just used me for what I could do for them, and it made me realize how much they weren't doing for me, actually. So it was kind of a big weight lifted in the long run.
Exactly.
Yeah. I do love the journey of this job the most, of what it teaches you about yourself.
And other people.
Yeah.
Anybody else?
Yeah. I think the only issue I ever had was with my mom. I've been surrounded by I have a few friends who subscribe to my OnlyFans out of support. They're like, "Girl, you should have told me a long time ago you started. I would have stuck just because it's showing support. I support you." All my friends are very open-minded. Most of my family is too. Like I said, the only issue I had was my mom, and she was just like, "Oh, I don't like seeing my daughter like that, and you shouldn't, girl." Bye. Listen, times are different, and
you don't have to see me like that, though. It's not for you. The content is not for you.
It's all right. I'm okay with myself. I like being an exhibitionist. So if I want somebody to look at me, I'm gonna let them look at me and get paid for it, and I don't feel bad about it.
I respect that.
So I actually...
wait, what about significant other? Sorry.
No issue. None whatsoever. Every significant other that I've had, off the bat, already. I will tell you up front, and then I'll let you choose whether you want to deal with this or not. But as far as me, I won't stop what I'm doing. I mean, eventually down the line, I want to branch off and do some other things and help other people. But as of right now, what I'm doing is what I'm doing. And if you're not comfortable with that, I understand. But this is what I'm still going to do.
Okay. And you do whatever the fuck you want. Because you told me that.
All right, so then two things then. So the first thing is the significant other. So right now, I'm actually technically solo poly. So it's a little different. It works a little different for me. Anybody that wants to date me, they know what my life is, and I don't really deal with too many people outside of the life or not open-minded to the life. I just prefer it that way. I don't date mono people. I know that poly and mono people kind of do date, and the mono people are okay with that. No, not for me. You have to in my opinion, you would have to be poly or open to poly. So poly, real quick, means polyamorous is believing that you can have committed relationships with multiple people. The same thing you would want in monogamy is the same thing you would get in polyamory. Is just more people would be dealing, right? And there's different ways to poly. Okay, you got people that might date each other, or you got the thruples, or you got the people that, you know, they might have somebody over here, but then they have like two. They might have another couple over here, but they're only messing with one person of that couple. So it's different ways. I don't really have problems with that when it comes to significant others. I'm hoping to find a significant other to do stuff on camera with, because I believe in having great sexual chemistry, and I don't like sex. So if I like you and the sex is explosive, I want to put that on camera. I'm not trying to force it with nobody else. I would rather do it with my significant other or others. So no problem in that department. Family-wise, yeah, no problem in that department either, because they already know what it is. My mom, she caught me one time doing, I have a Pornhub still. I technically didn't close it, but I haven't been there in a while. I haven't been on there in a while. So they're right about having other avenues besides OnlyFans, by the way. But that's neither here nor there. Going back, my mom she clicked on one of my emails by mistake, because she thought it was her that she was clicking. Then she realized she wasn't even on her. She wasn't properly signed in. It was mine. So she saw that I was doing a solo masturbation porn, right? And she was like, really? Really? I'm like, oh, well, you found out. I was trying to keep it separate from you, but you found out. Now I don't give a shit. Like, it's always been like this with my family, though, because, you know, I have a certain type of relationship with them. We are very close. Nothing can really kind of pull us apart, but we've also went through a lot of shit together. So they're like, it's weird because they're judgmental, but they're supportive. Makes sense. Right. My mom is very happy about my other businesses. Like, she's not like complaining about them at all. Like, she's actually happy. She doesn't care that they're either kink based or, you know, because I'm a pure romance consultant also. So, you know, she said about.
What does that entail?
Huh?
What does that entail?
I'll say, okay, so me being a pure romance consultant, we have different types of items. Like, we have a wide variety. Anybody can get something from our pure romance collection, but I do sell toys, really good toys, and I sell some, you know, sexual and sensual products like lubes and stuff like that. And I love my lubes because they're like pH balanced. They're not gonna mess with you down there. Like, I love my products. Okay, that's the most important thing. Yeah, but they have skincare now. We have skincare items. We have a bunch of lotions that I think people would absolutely freaking love. And then there's a bunch of other items too. We also have a couple items for men as well. Like, I love it. It's very inclusive. It's never had a problem with any of my items as of yet. So I'm just happy about that. My mom is very supportive of that business. My mom is very supportive of my House of Baroness merch business. No one is okay with me doing the OnlyFans or the porn or anything like that. But they also are like, you're grown. We don't really care. Yeah. And we know you don't care that whether we care or not. So no issues with family, no issues with significant others.
Exactly. So what about the spouses or girlfriends of the guys that, speak to you guys?
I shut them down quick. Nobody cares. I don't care. Majority of the time it happens to me, I'm not even talking to your man. Like, get out of here. Bye. Right.
Yeah, I got a message like, stop sending my husband messages, stop texting. Girl, he found my page. Yeah. He followed me. So, and she created a page that looked like she was a man who wanted to follow me. And as soon as I accepted her follow request, because my page is private, because Instagram and shit report you.
It was the extra mile.
It was like, yeah, like, why you go the extra mile? Honey, he sought me out. Like, I want his money. I don't want him.
Yeah. Like, probably definitely more my type than he is. Like,
right, and that's my thing. And I had to tell her, like, I'm not a fan of your husband, whoever he is. Because she never even mentioned. It was just like, stop sending my man messages. Okay, boo, I don't even want your man, whoever he is. Okay.
You ladies with your like, at least your man is, he's just doing it from his phone. He's not out there trying to fuck these ladies. Let him enjoy his porn.
He's paying for consenting
There's
porn
no
at that.
big deal to it. Like, you can enjoy it with him. Open your minds. There's so much in life to enjoy. I know we're brought up to believe the stereotypical, we gotta get married and have kids and a white picket fence, suck a dick.
Right.
That's not life for everybody, okay? That's not the end game for me. I am gonna be 37, I have no children, and I'm not married, and I love my life.
Same here. I have no kids. I'm not married. I'm actually divorced, which is the best decision I've ever made in my life.
I don't believe in marriage.
I'm enjoying myself. Like, I like my freedom. I like that I don't have to answer to nobody. Like, and I don't have to take care of kids. Like, I don't have to get up at 7 o'clock in the morning, and if I don't want to sleep in, I don't have to work. Okay, I got cats, so the cats wake me up. But listen, I can just feed them and go back to sleep if I want. I don't have to worry about picking somebody up from school. Like, that's just a lot, and that would create a lot of anxiety for me. And I don't feel like I could just deal with that.
hey,
I hope so.
And more power to the people who are okay with that being their lives, and that was their choice to have that end game. But we're structured, to believe everything that society teaches us as we get older,
listen,
but that's not all. It's not just black and white.
Yeah. I'm prime example that it is okay for you to love your life without children. Okay? I love my life with my baby. Okay? Don't give me the I'm a proud mother over here, but let me tell you something.
You have to, right?
I'm kicking kids for like 2 seconds. Just for 2 seconds. Okay? It's hard. It's hard. I play when I want to play. I can't even leave my stuff out, okay? The only thing I leave out is my rope. My daughter, believe it or not, is interested in the rope. She don't know nothing about my life, but, unfortunately, I'm living in a 1-bedroom with her, so, not too much separation going on in there, but it's a little hard. So I understand if, you happy with your life with no kids, because you got to start a new life with a child. And
absolutely, I agree.
Your life to that child. So listen, it's hard. Again, proud mother here, but it's hard. So I commend you.
Yeah, I have one kid, and I've been married for 15 years. I came out to my husband about a year ago that I was polyamorous because I was too afraid to tell him. And so it's been pretty rocky.
Say he's vanilla.
Yes, he is very. But like in a good way, I love him. I ain't saying it in a bad way. Yeah, but I am anything but. Yeah.
Have you guys had any fun since, him finally out?
No. We're still struggling with if we're going to continue or not. He has to accept it before we move forward, so neither of us get hurt or anything. So after 15 years, it's better to take our time and really know what's going to happen with it.
I'm sorry.
No, I mean, we all have to grow as people. That's what it is. Yeah.
But I really respect you because I can tell you're a very strong woman, each and every year. Each of you. Okay. What advice would you ladies give other ladies thinking of starting a sexualized business?
To plan ahead and know once you start, them images are always online. No matter what job you get in the future or anything else, somebody could always have them images. So make sure it's something you really want to do. Stand firm with what you want to do with it. Don't let other people dictate what you show or do. Only really set rules with yourself before you even start. If you don't want to do certain kinks or talk a certain way or even have conversations with people, really know yourself before you get started.
Okay. Absolutely. That's great advice.
Yeah. I would definitely, like I said before, try to, I know it's hard because a lot of people are shy like myself, but if you kind of see somebody and you try to reach out and see if they'll give you any advice, like my experience, 9 times out of 10 people are willing just to give me advice and give me, I guess, what is the word I'm looking for? I don't know, but basically just to help you and show you the way and show you how things work for them. And maybe you could try something different or, there's a lot of groups that'll help you retweet your stuff if you have a Twitter or even just a drop group, which is great, which I prefer because it's not like you're always retweeting and sharing something. It's like they pick a time out of the day. There'll be 10 to 12 people. They'll drop a tweet and you'll send it out. And then that's it. You're done. The next thing you know, boom, boom, boom. Your followers start to go up. And then you can start engaging from there. But it is a lot of work. So keep that in mind. It's for some people, it's 24/7. And that is all they do because that's their moneymaker. That's their bread and butter. And for some of us, like me, I work Monday through Friday, so I'll try to squeeze in stuff throughout the week, but my active time is on the weekends because that's most of my free time.
Okay.
If you are aware of yourself enough, heal. Work on that. If you feel like you need to heal. You can't do anything if your mental isn't right. You can't do anything if you're not right within. Nothing you create is ever going to be as good as the stuff you create when you realize yourself, know your worth. Don't sell yourself short. And again, heal, because I want to put some emphasis on that, because that's very, very important. Take care of your health. It's a very stressful job, okay? Stressful.
Very, very important.
When you take a break once in a while, take a mental health break. Everybody does it. I do it. If you got to come back, refresh yourself, collect yourself, get it together, have a drink, have a beer, smoke a blunt, do whatever you need to do. Find an outlet outside of creating your sex work. Find something that will help you de-stress after, because I know during when I'm creating, my head is running, my mind is running, and I'm thinking of a lot of things. So it's like when I'm done, I can kind of finally relax and then go through there. So find some more outlets. Do a lot.
That's great advice, ladies. What have any of you ever gotten, tell me what's the weirdest or oddest request you've gotten from one of your customers?
Okay, so I hope it's okay to talk about it because I told him I never would, but since I'm not mentioning names or anything, we'll just go from there. He was a doctor and he was very, very into anatomy. So he would ask me to work out and break a sweat and showing my muscles flexing, and he wanted to see my skin moving and the hairs on my legs, and it was all about just how I thought it was strange, but it was actually very enjoyable to film because it was different, but it was a strange request.
It is very nice.
I think the strangest request I had, a guy who had a foot fetish / shoe fetish. And he wanted a session where I would just lay with a pair of shoes on in my bed and caress the shoes. I wouldn't have them on my feet. They would be in the box. laying next to me in the bed, and I'd have to caress them and give them kisses, and I'm like, I think that he paid me very well, but I'm just like, what the fuck? But I don't kink shame, so whatever you're into is whatever you're into. But that was a first for me.
The weirdest thing, because I as soon as you said the question, my mind went straight to it, and I'm like, never.
I mean, that's the weirdest thing.
So the weirdest thing for me is a guy. This wasn't even on like Instagram or nothing. This was on FetLife. For those that don't know, that's like Facebook for kinksters.
Yeah, I have one.
Yes, I have one too.
I have to find you on there.
It's Knives Baron. It's the same name everywhere.
Right.
He was into scat play. Scat means number two, shit, caca, poo poo, all that.
Man.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's not for me. I'm not into scat play, so I was like, at first I kind of agreed because of he kind of like explained the circumstances, so I didn't have to do
and
much.
It depends on the play. I mean, it depends on the pay for. Like, if it was me, I would say how much.
Yeah,
I get it. I do it for money. I don't like it. I get paid good.
I never got, of course, but I also didn't actually meet up with this person to go do it because he wanted to meet up, and I'm like, nah. I don't even care about the meeting up because I'm definitely not going to meet up with you, but it's more of, I didn't want to come because it's scat play. Like, I know, like, you want to be a human toilet, and I don't want to be that. That's not for me. I don't kink shame either, but that's not for me. That's not for me.
Yeah.
And I mean, I took a picture for him, and even that made me want to throw up, so I said, nah, I can't do it. I can't even do it in person.
Yeah, it's definitely, I could imagine this wouldn't be an easy thing to do when you're not into it.
Not for me.
I feel you.
Yeah.
I agree.
For the right price,
I was gonna say, I'm thinking for the right price, I do it. Yeah.
For the right price,
I can get like $500 just for a 30-second video. So.
Yeah, like I said, one of my friends, she got paid $150, and a guy just wanted to watch her take a shit. So she aimed the camera, and he sent the money, and she took a shit, and she paid $150.
for the right
Yeah,
price.
you can charge a lot for it because nobody wants
See, now that would have been easier, right, Knives?
That probably would have been easier, but I really can't do any kind of. I don't even like to take it, okay? I do it. Obviously, you have to. I need to be healthy, so I need to go to the bathroom regularly. However,
We'll come out the other end.
right, it's not for me. You could pay. I'll be honest. Some things you could pay me good money for, and I still won't do it. That's one of the things you can pay. I don't care if you
definitely respect that. Like,
if you could pay me a large amount of money. I know some people be like, you better do it. No, I can't. I really can't, because it's shit. I can't do it.
Like the smell alone, bro. Like,
right, I just can't.
I'm sorry, because I'm like taking my life together.
Yeah. Now, you want me to pee? Oh, I can do that all day. That's all right.
I'm gonna piss on you.
Drip, drip,
It is gonna hate.
That's funny. It's one of my favorite skits. But
I love it.
Let me show you.
So I just got one last question, Nate. Just what are hold on a second. Just what advice you would give to, the ladies out there who struggle with even being confident about their bodies and the inadequacies that they feel. How do you overcome that? Like, what advice would you give them?
To love yourself. You're not for everybody. Not at all.
What should you be?
You know, you should be for yourself. You should be able to look in the mirror and love yourself. I spent too much of my life never loving myself in the mirror because I feel like that's what we're taught as young women, that, you know, like everything has to be perfect. So like once you let go of the notion that there's such thing as a perfect body and realize like how beautiful you truly are and what your body is capable of, it's humbling. You know, you have to let go of what anybody thinks.
I agree. You definitely, number one, have to love yourself, no matter what it takes. Even if you have to. What helped me a lot was meditation, yoga, stuff like that. Like, it just helped me bring myself more in tune with who I am, what my purpose is, why I'm here, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. So once you figure out and dig deep into why you feel that way, then you can start to overcome those mental obstacles and those insecurities. And baby, once you don't give a fuck, you are unstoppable. That's what I'm going to.
My piece of advice would be, listen, if you feel like you're inadequate somewhere because of a certain type of trait you have, don't worry about that, because there are people out there that are always going to find you attractive, even if you don't find yourself attractive. Okay? Beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
And confidence is number one, right?
Is number one. If a mother lover think that you're ugly, fuck them. Okay?
Yeah.
Because guess what? There's about 10 more motherfuckers that's gonna think you're absolutely gorgeous. Okay? Look, I got a whole beard right here, bro. I got a whole beard. And guess what? You know how many men love this beard right now? Okay? Like, cisgendered heterosexual men like this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So if you think you need to look like somebody else, or you need to look like this, you need to look like that, you don't. Look like you, because people are looking for you.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, what the hell is happening? I'm sorry. I don't even understand.
It was lagging.
That's true though, because I see a lot of these girls go and get BBLs and stuff like that because they want to look like the Kardashians. The Kardashians don't even look like themselves. So, like, how you gonna look like somebody else and they don't even look like themselves? You know what I mean? Like,
Because
I just think it's so sad.
it be the most prettiest women. That's okay the way they were. So just fuck themselves up most of the time. Like, you girls with the big butts and the chicken legs, like, we know.
Right. Obvious. The thigh to butt ratio is off. Like, we know that's not. We know that's
look, man. I am unattractive. I won't date a girl with a fake butt, man.
No.
Yeah.
No.
It's so unattractive.
It's grotesque to me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even have
sad. It's so sad because, and I blame basically social media and all these celebrities who get all this stuff done and make people think that that's how they look when that's definitely not how you had work done.
Right.
To get that shouldn't be the ideal body. That shouldn't be the ideal look. Being you is the ideal look. That's what that is.
Exactly.
You should always walk, because I sure as hell do. And you know what? I know that I'm farthest from the most baddest bitch. And I don't give a shit. I love me. I love who I am. I love me as I am. And I fucking walk like I own every ground that I walk on.
Right.
And all of you women should.
That's how it should be.
You walk like your hips move mountains, honey. That's what
Confidence is beautiful.
Right. And the sad thing is, a lot of people do take that as like I may be conceited or whatever the case, and really is not. Just because a woman loves herself and thinks she's the shit doesn't mean you can't love yourself and do the same.
Right. And a lot of people are intimidated by that because they don't know how to go loving themselves. That
Very much so.
intimidates people. Yep.
Especially women.
Mm-hmm.
Cattiness needs to end, man.
Yeah, like I'm here. I'll lift anybody up. If you need it, I got it. I give it. That's just how I've been.
Right.
So if you need a little happiness in your day, I'll brighten your day up. But I'm not gonna sit here and try to compete with you for what? I compete with myself on a daily basis. Well, who am I to compete with you?
Right.
Or I'm not gonna fucking dim my light for you either.
No, I hate that. I hate that. If you're not comfortable,
We shine together. You go that way.
Right. Right. You can shine just as bright as me. You don't have to try to dim mine, and I won't try to dim yours.
Trust me, I've had friends where, I love them to death, but I can tell I get that energy and I don't like it. So that would make me not your friend, because I'm a very real and straight up bitch, and if I don't like you or we don't mesh, you're gonna know. I'm gonna tell you respectfully and just keep on moving on my life. But trust me, I've been in those situations where I'm just chilling with the said female and maybe getting a little shine or somebody's complimenting me, and you see right away the energy change, and it's sad. And those really are people, not to knock them, because most of the time it's people who are really insecure with themselves. Mm-hmm. And it's just something they need to work on within themselves. Remember that, first of all, your haters are your biggest fans. Love them. Secondly, these people have issues within themselves. Mm-hmm. So don't ever let it bring you down.
Yeah, because all they're doing is projecting their insecurity onto you. And what they want is, like you said, to dim your light so you can go down to where they are.
Right.
I don't have time for it. I'm too old, baby girl. Like, I don't have time for it.
Right.
I'd rather be friendless than to hang around with a bunch of haters or somebody who just wants to dim my light. Mm-hmm. I'm good.
Mm-hmm. Right. All right, ladies. I want to thank you, ladies, for being here. This has been awesome, and I appreciate this behind words. To those who are gonna watch this on YouTube forever and ever, I know it's gonna help. It's gonna help people, And the message that you're sending is really important. So thank you for being brave enough to share your stories and being here.
Thank you for having me, having us.
Thank you.
And, this will be on YouTube next Friday. You guys know, subscribe to BMF Goddess. I'll add the ladies' social medias to the end of the video, so you guys be sure to follow them and hit them up for some amazing content. Thank you, ladies. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.